Hey, what's up, guys? It's Randall from OddsJam here to go over some anytime touchdown scores for Week 16. I hope you all had a great Christmas day. I did not do the anytime touchdown score last week simply because of all the COVID that's been going on. And this week, I'm just basically going to go through some guys that have some value based on my fantasy model. I'm actually not going to put together a parlay, but if that's something that you want to do, maybe you can take some of these guys that I'm about to give you and put together a parlay that will hopefully cash. So the first guy that I'm looking at, this is the set of running backs that I think have a great chance to score a touchdown, and running backs that my fantasy model also likes as well. James Robinson, minus 120 against the Jets. That line is on FanDuel. This is being recorded on Saturday night, so this may move. But as of right now, James Robinson minus 120 on FanDuel is the best line out there to score a touchdown. The other guy I'm looking at is Alexander Mattison minus 125. Best odds for him are on FanDuel. The Vikings are taking on the Rams. Dalvin Cook will not play in this game, so definitely some value here on Mattison. Clyde Edwards-Helaire for the Chiefs. They're taking on the Steelers. Best line for him, plus 110 on DraftKings. He has some value to score a touchdown as well. And then in the Sunday night game, Ezekiel Elliott, minus 140 on DraftKings against the Washington football team. Zeke might be one that I would throw in a parlay. I'm really not a fan of laying minus 140 for these anytime touchdown scores. Injuries can happen. And, you can just put yourself in a situation to lay quite a bit of juice and, maybe Zeke goes out on the first or second drive. But nonetheless, Zeke minus 140 on DraftKings. Heading over to the wide receivers, we'll stick with the Cowboys here. CeDee Lamb plus 115 on DraftKings has some value. Keenan Allen plus 115 on DraftKings against the Texans. This should be a game where the Chargers, I would think, should be able to name the score. Keenan Allen's been pretty hot here lately. And then the last wide receiver that I'm going to is back to the Vikings-Rams game. Adam Thielen plus 190 on DraftKings. I believe he was only plus 160 on FanDuel. So Thielen plus 190 on DraftKings with some good value here. Just to touch on this Rams-Vikings game, I've given two guys here, and I'm going to give one more here in just a second. I think the Vikings have a great chance to win this game. They're 7-7. This is a game that they have to win. I think the Vikings plus 3.5 with a little bit of sprinkle on the money line definitely has some value here against the Rams. The Rams are now 10-4, trying to chase down the Cardinals. We'll see what happens in that particular game. As I'm recording this right now, it looks like the Cardinals are at the Indy 33. Just started 3rd and 3. So could be a game that the Rams need to win as well. But the Vikings definitely here, backs against the wall, have to win this game if they want to have any hope at making the playoffs. So Thielen plus 190 on DraftKings. And then heading over to the tight ends, Dalton Schultz plus 195 on FanDuel for the Cowboys. So I've got 3 Dallas players here in this particular or with this particular group of anytime touchdown scores. Schultz plus 195 on FanDuel. Tyler Conklin said I was going back to the Vikings-Rams game. Tyler Conklin plus 280 on FanDuel to score a touchdown has some value. And then my last tight end and my last guy for Week 16 in the NFL is Mark Andrews plus 210 to score a touchdown on FanDuel. Huntley has been ruled out, it appears, and Lamar Jackson is out as well. So we will see how that fares. But like I said, Andrews has some value here on my fantasy model, and he definitely has some value here at plus 210. He's been a favorite target of Huntley the last couple of weeks. I know Huntley is not playing, but I would assume he is going to be a favorite target of the quarterback that the Ravens have, which I do not even know off the top of my head who that is. Let's take a look here and see who will be starting for them tomorrow. So it looks like Josh Johnson is going to start. So the former XFL player will be getting the start tomorrow in this particular game. So, young quarterback going to be, I think he's actually maybe started a couple of games here in the NFL. Let's see here. Yeah, so Josh Johnson, he's played for 13 different NFL teams. So he has had some experience here in the NFL. But Mark Andrews definitely a favorite target of these quarterbacks who do not play a lot. He's obviously the favorite target of Lamar Jackson. He quickly became the favorite target for Tyler Huntley. And I would assume he will be the favorite target for Josh Johnson tomorrow as well. So, yeah, Mark Andrews plus 210 here on FanDuel. So these are my anytime touchdown scores that I like this week. Like I said, it's been a little bit different here these last couple of weeks with COVID and everything. I'd pay attention, make sure that all of these guys are going to start and these guys are going to play. Make sure you know the rules in your sports book so that you do not have anything graded as a loss if the player dresses, but they do not take the field. FanDuel, I know, grades that way. So make sure these guys are planning on seeing the field. And, just looking over the slate in the NFL tomorrow, it's definitely a tough slate of games. I had the Browns today plus the 7.5, probably a game they should have won if Baker Mayfield was not so god awful. Looking at tomorrow, kind of like Atlanta minus 6.5 against the Lions. Lions coming off of the win against the Cardinals, and now they're catching 6.5 against the Falcons team that was just embarrassed at the 49ers. So I like Atlanta here, minus 6.5. Atlanta's 1-5 at home. Not a great home record. The Lions are actually 0-6-1 on the road, but I like Atlanta here. I like the Bengals prior to all of this injury news and COVID news. I think the Bengals were definitely a great play at -3. Probably have to pass now at -7. Do like the Vikings at home plus the 3.5. I would lean to the Buffalo Bills plus 2 against New England. Jaguars, Jets, totally pass on that game. Giants, Eagles, totally pass. Bucks, Panthers is a game that's interesting. Tampa Bay coming off of a shutout loss. I would definitely look to see Tampa come out here and get after it in this game very, very early on, going up against Cam Newton. Tampa -10. I think Tampa maybe in the first half, maybe even the first quarter. Very solid play here. I'm not a big fan of first quarter, first half in the NFL, but Tampa should come out rearing to go after being shut out on Sunday Night Football. Chargers, Texans, like I said, Chargers should be able to name the score. I mentioned that earlier. Chargers -10.5. Probably have to look at that. Bears, Seahawks, no clue there. Don't really care about that game. Steelers, Chiefs. Chiefs probably roll in this game. I'd probably lay the 10 here if I had to pick. Broncos, Raiders, no clue. Washington, Dallas, would lean to Dallas slightly. Probably not a game I'll play at all in this particular spot. And then the Saints, Dolphins, who knows what we get out of Ian Book. I definitely wish, as you can see, I'm a Saints fan here. I wish Drew Brees was back, and I wish Jameis Winston was still the starter. But you could have gotten Dolphins +3 prior to the news with Taysom Hill and Simeon not starting. Miami's now -2.5. This is definitely a total pass for me as well. So that's my Week 16. Those are my Week 16 thoughts in the NFL, along with my anytime touchdown scores. I hope you guys all had a great Christmas, and hopefully we can cash some of those touchdown scores tonight. Thanks for watching, guys.